qualifications for sheriff and who is the most qualified. And I read campaign material for Al's opponent where he discusses 20 or 30 years of law enforcement experience when in reality he has a little over 7 years of civilian law enforcement experience. The vast majority of that working at Kendall County Sheriff's Department. Al went through what I believe is known as one of the toughest and most thorough basic training academies anywhere in the country. Lived in a dorm at DPS in Austin. I'm sure he fondly remembers those days of being awakened at 5 a.m. to recite the certain policy in the DPS manual, or to go run 3 or 4 miles, or to do push-ups or sit-ups, whatever it might have been. But he completed that academy. He has worked the street, promoted up to senior trooper. In fact, was the senior trooper in this area for a number of years. Was often called back to Austin to help instruct in the academy the younger troops that were going through the basic academy then. During the time when I was the chief in Boerne, we worked closely together. We never had to pick up the phone to call him if Al knew something was going on and we might need his assistance. He was there at the drop of a hat. And he did continue to do that up until his retirement in the last few months. In fact, if there has been a fatal accident or a major injury accident anywhere in this county, probably in the last 15 or 18 years, Al was involved in the investigation of that accident one way or the other. And in fact, he's been involved in investigating, assisting with various major criminal things that have happened in the county or in the city over the last 15 to 20 years. So he has been involved and has helped us and helped the Kendall County Sheriff's Office through the years. When you work for DPS, they have this, what I think is kind of a crazy policy that if you want to promote to be a sergeant or a lieutenant, you happen to be stationed in Kendall County, Texas, where most troopers would love to be stationed. If you promote to sergeant, even if that sergeant opening is in Kendall County, Texas, you cannot stay here. You have to pack your bags and you go to where another sergeant position is available. So you and your family could be moving from Kendall County to Amarillo or El Paso or Houston or somewhere else. Al certainly had the knowledge and experience and the years on board to compete for those promotions, and I am confident that he could have promoted to the ranks higher than senior trooper if he chose to. But he chose to stay in Boerne. He chose to stay in Kendall County. He dedicated himself to this community. He has been a businessman and is still a businessman. Has run a successful business. Has been the trooper that other troopers and other police officers in this county look up to for years, and chose to stay here. This is where he wanted to raise his family. This is where he wanted to be. And I think in the back of his mind, probably for a good number of years, he's had it as a goal to run for sheriff. And I'm glad that he has had that opportunity now to run. So I would like to introduce to you the next sheriff of Kendall County, Al Augier, and as he gave himself to Kendall County for all these years by choosing to stay here and work here and be a part of the community, you now have the opportunity to support him and give yourself to his campaign and to provide him your support and a vote if we ever get an election date for the primary.
Yeah,
so,
that's getting early.
Al.